In 2009, we filmed at Limavady workhouse in Northern Ireland. It was a workhouse during the Great Potato Famine, and then later in 1932, I think it became a hospital. Lots of witness reports, spooky stories. People that work there swear blind it's haunted. So we were quite excited to go in, because you never know what you're going to get. But what we did get over the 4 nights that we filmed there was very odd.
A former 19th century workhouse can't hide its grim past. Those who work here now say they've seen not 1, but 2 ghosts.
It scares me.
It was really, really scary.
They just felt unease.
There we go.
They believe. The question is, do you?
Nurse, he needs your help.
A ward maid strangled her baby and hung herself. Not a very nice story really to go into an investigation with, but the fact is that the security staff here at night have heard the cries of babies.
I was just finished my shift about 4 o'clock, and another guy was taking over. He heard it as well, it was a baby cry. You think it was in your own house?
Heard the baby down the front foyer crying. You hear it once or twice, you could hear it more times, depends what part of the building you're on at that special time.
So we spent the first day setting up, going around interviewing members of staff, and it's kind of a really relaxed day for day one. And then we all heard it.
Basically, I was in the front room where the sort of tea and everything's set up, and I heard a noise, just sounded unmistakably like a baby crying.
It was like this, like a baby crying. I have a 10-month-old baby. I know what a baby sounds like crying, and to me,
You both heard it?
Yeah, we both looked at each other at the exact same time.
So it's unmistakably a baby crying. It could be a couple other possibilities, but possibly a cat. There's maybe one explanation, although there's no cats we've seen around here.
I was making myself a cup of coffee at the time, and I was just about to pour my milk in, and I heard this noise.
And you don't have it recorded, or do you?
We don't have it recorded, unfortunately.
The reason why we don't have it recorded is because everybody took a run for the stairs to see what was going on.
Yeah, it was unmistakable. It was a baby crying. It was coming from the floor above, but it was unmistakable. It was definitely a baby crying, but there was nobody else in the building. You got to remember, this is an abandoned hospital. It's now a museum, so there's no patients in there, no nurses, no babies for sure. Only the tour guide and the cast and crew of the series, and that was it. We was on a tea break, and of course, once everybody heard it, the director, producer, cast, crew, everybody dashed towards the stairs. We all ran up there to see where it was coming from, and of course, when we got there, nothing there. Very, very, very creepy. On day 2, I think it was, we brought in Marion, our medium, and I took her on a tour of the building, which was obviously filmed. And she picked up various spiritual energies, as mediums do. But it was only when we got to one particular staircase that things began to get a bit weird.
I've got a lady. She may well have been a housemaid or a nurse or something like that, because she's got some sort of garb on that would denote a nurse or a uniform of some kind. Right. I'm trying to think of the film star that she reminds me of, the singer. Oh, what's her name? Barbara Streisand.
Oh, Barbara Streisand, yeah.
Very striking looking.
Before long, word of Marion's discovery gets around.
How did she know about it? And what she's telling me, what I heard her talking about the other day, it's unbelievable what she said. That's true. And it frightened me a bit, even though it was daylight. As well as the nurse, there are a few noises I've heard, rustling and everything, just standing up around this area here, and a figure just at that pillar. And when you get up, nothing. Not that.
The story of the nurse on the stairway, who indeed walks the corridor just below the stairway as well, is very prominent here. I myself really felt some kind of strange presence when I've walked around that area, and Marion, bang, got her straight away. The medium has picked up what other people have seen without having any prior knowledge beforehand.
After Marion's encounter on the stairs with what she believed was the ghost of the nurse, we decided to take a different approach. Now, Darren had this idea of using blue light to attract spirits forward. It seemed a little bit nuts, but then again, we were trying everything back then. You know, we were trying kind words, cups of tea, music, anything really to tempt the ghost forward. So we went ahead with the idea. We bathed the area in blue lights. Marion and Darren were positioned at the bottom of the haunted stairway. And Marion called out to see if she could get a response. Mark and I were monitoring in the main control room, so we could hear everything that was going on. It was all mic'd up in there. And we did get a response. Not quite the response I expected, but we did get a response.
Her energy's there. I can sense it. She's there.
If she's there, what would be holding her back?
Anything. Us, the light, anything. The gentlemen here think you may have something to say. Could you speak to them? Can you tap on the window, nurse? Did you hear that? I heard that.
I heard that. Look, can we account?
And we all heard it. You know, that was, I think, amazing. It's only a tiny little thing, but when you think of the energy it takes for somebody to make a noise when they are not physical, then I think that was quite amazing. Can you tap on the window, nurse?
Another intelligent response. Marion asked the nurse at the top of the stairs to knock on the window. And there it was. Hey presto, a knock on the window. Unexplainable.
Yeah, once we got that tap on the window, we thought, yes. But then things got even more weirder.
Could be some kind of light source, but the fact that it covers the window from sort of top to bottom, it looks like a figure.
Oh, it's outside?
It's outside, just outside in the courtyard, just at the back stairway there.
Strange. We checked the security. Was there any cars last night?
Yes, I checked with security guard. Pretty much the gates were locked, so no cars could have come in first of all.
Really?
There would have been no need to use a torch.
On their walk around?
Yeah,
Yep.
because it's already lit up out there as well.
He also said, Andy, that where the apparition actually appeared, that there would have been steps leading up to a doorway just where that apparition disappears as if through the wall.
Looking at it from that angle where the camera's placed, looking down, if you've got a stairway there, then that would match dimensionally how tall a man would be. Site inspect.
We're left with nothing else.
Plus the light, the light from a car turning around the parking lot would have eventually come across and shone through the window, where that one just stops right at the wall where the door used to be.
Have you ever caught anything like this before?
No, that's the first for us as a team. We've never caught anything like that before.
I've never seen anything quite like that before, if it is what we think it is. And the more I look at it, the more kind of eerie it is.
My view would be there's definitely something going on here.
The glowing shape captured by the camera appears to have walked straight into a solid wall. But there's even more to this anomaly than meets the eye.
This here used to be a doorway and a set of steps put here. And the doorway is leading into an old telephone exchange in the hospital days, which obviously people would have made access into it in and out at all times. The renovations was done about 5 years ago. They blocked it up to make access into the ramp and the disability area.
In all the years that I've been doing paranormal investigating and ghost hunting, however you want to call it, that's the only time I think we've ever captured anything that could possibly be a ghost. It was rather, it was extraordinary. I mean, we just it was there. I mean, we left the cameras overnight. I think we had 1 or 2 members of the team who stopped over through the entirety of the night. And we came in the next morning looking through the footage, and I think it was around 3 a.m. that this figure, or what appears to be a figure, was captured on one of our cameras. As we pointed out in the video there, we checked with the security guards. There was nobody walking around with a torch because the place was lit up outside. There was no cars that were even allowed to enter the place because the gates were all shut and locked for the night. So it wasn't a car and it wasn't a flashlight. So was it a ghost? I don't know. Very strange. But there is a picture that wasn't taken by our team. It was taken, I think, by one of the security guards that turned up a little while later, that shows this. So there it is. Make of it what you wish. It wasn't taken by us, so it's not owned by us. But it looks like a woman holding a baby. Whether it's a ward or a nurse holding the baby that was murdered and then the nurse hung herself, as the story goes, is anybody's guess. It's just an incredible photograph. And it kind of backs up what we felt there, what we experienced there. But, you know, the problem with the paranormal is, for all the answers you think you may know, there's always 100 more questions waiting to be answered. So I would just label it as unexplained.
Next, in Ghosthunter Diaries, a seance goes horribly wrong.
He tried to kill me.